Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make these lovely Scandinavian woven heart baskets. They're really easy to do, so let's get started. Normally these heart baskets are made with paper, but of course we want to make it with fabric to make it lovely and fun. So all you need is this is for one basket, so all you need is two rectangles from one fabric and two rectangles from a second fabric, and then I'm going to be using fusible web to adhere the two pieces together, so we don't need to sew anything. And what I'm using is a heat and bond paper-backed fusible web. I'm using the Ultra Hold because I want it to be stiff, and I also want the raw edges not to fray. So you want to cut 2 units for each basket of the paper-backed fusible web. So what we're going to do is just follow the directions for whatever brand you're using for a fusible web. It will tell you the heat that you want to iron these on, and it also will tell you the length of time. So what you want to start with first is placing that paper side up to the wrong side of the one fabric, and that's just for a reason I made this a little bit smaller so we don't have to worry about ironing it onto our ironing pad or even anything getting on our iron. So then once this is done, I have it done on the other piece here. All you want to do is just peel that paper backing off, and then you will expose the glue on the other side, and we're just going to take the other piece, lay it right on top, and then press these two together. So we're making a sandwich of two pieces that the fusible web is holding the two together, making them stable. And with the Ultra Hold, it also makes them kind of stiff and very easy to work with. They're flexible but sturdy. So we used to make these folded hearts or woven hearts all the time in school using paper. But of course, fabric will give us so many more options. Now, once you have made these sandwiches, you're going to make one of each color for one heart. So I'm going to set these aside. Once you have these, what you want to do is just fold it in half to make a crease here. So I use my iron to help with that. And then you want to go ahead and print off the PDF printable. It will be on 2 pages. On the second page, you will have the actual pattern for the hearts. So I'm just going to be doing the simple one. So I'm going to be tracing this. So if you have a stripology ruler, either the squared, XL, or the mini, I love using my mini for this, you don't have to really trace everything here. You just need to trace the outer edges. And I actually like to trace it onto freezer paper, so I have just this traced here onto freezer paper so I can reuse it multiple times. But I'm going to use my ruler to cut it out. So now I've folded this and I know that the glue is not kind of reaching out to the end. I'm going to place my ruler so that I have a horizontal line on that bottom fold, and I'm making sure that I'm at least a 1/4 inch in here so that I trim off that edge that doesn't have glue in between. But I'm also going to make a cut through the 0 slit and then the 3-inch. And then I'm actually going to make one more cut to include our hanging little strip, which is a little strip that we use for the hanging. So I'm going to be cutting through the 0 and the 3 and then the 3.5. That'll give me that 1/2 inch strip that I can use for the hanging tab. And I'm actually going to right away going to trim that. It needs to be 8 inches long, so I'm going to trim it, have the fold here on the left side aligned with the 0 slit, and just cut on the 4 because that gives me an 8-inch long strip to hang. I'm going to set that aside for now. And as you can see, now I have this unit that is just missing the rounded edge, and I have it done here with the white as well. So now we have this, and now we have to just cut the arch. So what I'm going to do is take my template that I cut out of freezer paper, and I just iron that onto here, and it will stick. And then I'm just going to grab my scissors. And I'm just going to cut along this edge. If you are more comfortable drawing it first, you can of course do that. Just draw it right on the fabric. And I'm cutting the 2 layers at the same time. So I love these scissors because they make everything so sturdy. And then now I have the arch cut. And you will just peel this off and this is ready to go. So next step is cutting the little slits so we can make our weave. And I'm actually going to use my ruler for that as well. So I'm going to turn this the opposite way so the fold is on the top here. And if you have the mini ruler or the XL ruler, you're going to be using the 2.5 inch line, which I have marked here with my red arrows. So I'm going to align that with that top edge, the fold here, and then the 0 slit is right on the edge here. Now if you have the XL ruler, the lines are just a little bit different. So instead of using the 2.5 inch line, you will actually be using the 3 inch line. So just know that if you have the XL. So here I have this all lined up and I'm going to make 2 cuts through the 1 and the 2 inch slit. So I'm just going to put my cutter as far as it can go up here and cut through. And this will give you the appropriate spacing for cutting that slit. Now, of course, if you're more comfortable using scissors, you can of course line up your template and just cut with scissors up this way. But now we have both units cut like this, and now it's time for our weaving. So what we're going to do, because this is a fold, so it's like a loop, we're going to be going between each and alternating. So if we're going to start with this red one, I'm going to start by going in between the white. So it's going with that, just with that top strip. So I'm going in between first time, and then the next time I'm putting the white one in between the loop of the red, like this. And then the last step, it just slips into here, this first one. So that was our first strip. Our second strip is going to go opposite. So that middle strip of the red, we're going to put the white in between. And then it's going to go between through the white. And then the last strip is going to go on the outside. So this is a really great thing to do with kids or your adult family members. You can prep them all and then you can have fun doing this. So the last one is going to go through the white, and then we're going to opposite. The white goes into the red, and then it finishes on the inside of the white. So then we have that alternating pattern here. So it kind of looks like a 9 patch. We can push these down and automatically this is an open basket. Look at this. And so all done with fabric. So now all you have to do is just attach the hanging strip. So you can choose to do that a couple different ways. You can use fabric glue and just glue it here on the inside. Or I just actually did just one little stitch. I just used embroidery thread and just did a tack stitch across so I know it's secure so it can hold some weight. I did that on both sides. Now if you want to glue it, you just glue it and hold it in place with a clip. Now the final step, if you want to, because especially with this design of the simple design, this is going to be a little bit open here. So what I like to do is just take my flat fabric glue. This is just an Aleene's flexible and stretchable flat fabric glue. So I put a dab right here and then also on the other side because this will kind of close it up. And then I just put a clip to hold this. Now this particular glue, depending on your brand and what you're using, this one needs to dry for about 24 hours. So I will just leave this here. It's okay on this side because on this side it's on the outside here. So this is fine. But you could also put it on right here in the corner, bottom corner, just to hold everything more stable. But that's it. Once you have them tacked in the handle, it's ready to hang up on your tree or in your window or whatever, wherever you want to hang it. Now the two designs they're all very simple. It's just this one is done with more strips, so you'll be cutting every 1/2 inch when you're doing it with a ruler. But it's the same thing. You just alternate, so you're weaving these inside and out. And you could even play with doing different designs. You can do equal width strips like I'm doing here, or you can do a skinny one. It comes out with fun different patterns. It's the same pattern you would use for paper, just adjusted to use with the fabric. I hope you enjoyed making the woven hearts, the Scandinavian hearts, and enjoy making them with your family during this holiday season. My name is Gudrun from GE Designs, and I'll see you next time.